Welcome to the American South, specifically the humid, storm-battered coast of South Carolina. Here, the landscape is dominated by a creature that looks less like a plant and more like a frozen explosion. This is Quercus virginiana, the southern live oak. Unlike the towering redwoods that race for the sky, the live oak plays a different game. It grows outward. Its massive limbs, heavy as iron, stretch horizontally for distances that seem to defy physics. Draped in the ghostly gray veil of Spanish moss, they stand like sentinels. But make no mistake, this is not just a poetic landscape. This is a fortress built by nature to survive the most violent forces on Earth. To understand this species, we must look at the king. The angel oak on Johns Island. Estimated to be 400 to 500 years old, it produces shade that covers 17,000 square feet. Look at the architecture. The branches are so heavy they bow down to touch the soil, resting there for support, before curving back up towards the sun. It is a technique called self-buttressing. The wood itself is incredibly dense, one of the heaviest in North America. In the 18th century, it was used to build the hull of the USS Constitution, a ship so tough that cannonballs literally bounced off its sides. They called it Old Ironsides. That is the structural integrity we are looking at. You cannot talk about the live oak without talking about its constant companion, Spanish moss. There's a botanical myth that needs to die. This gray curtain is not a parasite. It does not eat the tree. It does not steal its nutrients. It is an epiphyte, a plant that drinks from the air. Tillandsia usnioides is actually a cousin of the pineapple. It uses the oak merely as a chair, a high place to sit to catch dust and moisture from the humid Carolina air. It is a commensal relationship. One benefits, the other is unharmed. It is the aesthetic soul of the ecosystem. But why grow this way? Why the twisted, spiraling branches? The answer is hurricanes. South Carolina is a bowling alley for Atlantic storms. A straight, rigid pine tree snaps in a hurricane, but the live oak, it is designed to dance. The spiral grain of the wood spreads the stress of the wind along the entire branch. The low center of gravity prevents it from being uprooted. When a Category 5 storm hits, the live oak doesn't fight the wind. It lets it pass through. It is aerodynamic engineering perfected over millions of years of evolution. In a world obsessed with height, the southern live oak teaches us the value of width, of density, and of resilience. It reminds us that survival isn't always about being the tallest in the forest. Sometimes it is about having the strength to hold your ground when the storm comes.